Despite being pursued by the FBI for years, Tony Soprano is never prosecuted and jailed. That's impressive. According to Tony's own words, it always ends in either of two ways for mob bosses: in jail or dead. Though he's never given a prison sentence, it's still speculated that Tony dies at the hands of the man in a members-only jacket during those final minutes of the series finale. Throughout the series, the good agents at the FBI do their best to nail Tony Soprano. They bug his basement and turn several of his associates into informants. None of these tactics worked. But even though the FBI informants failed to incriminate Tony, their actions caused the arrests and prosecution of several other mob members. While Tony Soprano was a pro at sussing out rats, there was one character in The Sopranos who escaped his notice. Considering the show's history with FBI informants, ratting on Tony and surviving is a massive feat. Today I'm talking about the only FBI informant in Sopranos that didn't get caught ratting on Tony. So, let's get started. In The Sopranos, FBI informants caused many conflicts, and any who were discovered were killed. Some of the most memorable episodes of the show revolved around the discovery of informants, such as in Season 2, Episode 13, Funhouse, when Salvatore Big Pussy Bonpensiero is killed after being found to be an informant, and in Season 5, Episode 12, Long-Term Parking, when Adriana confesses to being an informant and is subsequently killed. These events demonstrated that anyone could potentially turn informant and that no character was safe from being killed. In The Sopranos, almost every FBI informant was eventually discovered, except for Raymond Buffalo Ray Kurdo. Raymond was approached by Tony to replace Jackie April Sr. as a boss of the DeMeo crime family. Due to his age and experience, Jackie was in and out of the hospital and close to death at that point in time. Raymond declined the honor and insisted, along with the other capos, that Tony should take over instead, fearing Tony's uncle and fellow capo, Junior Soprano, would step up as the new boss. It's unclear when Kurdo became an informant, but it's possible that it started after his arrest at a brothel in Season 1, Episode 11, Nobody Knows Anything. In Season 3, Episode 2, Proshai Lavushka, it is revealed that he was wearing a wire as an informant. Despite this, he was able to go undetected for several seasons and continued to betray his friends and colleagues without consequences. He died at the beginning of Season 6, still undiscovered and with his reputation intact. The reasons behind Ray Kurdo's decision to become an informant on The Sopranos were never revealed on the show. It is possible that he was turned by the FBI following his arrest for prostitution, or that he sought out the FBI on his own in order to protect himself and his family. He may have been motivated by a desire to provide for his son, who has multiple sclerosis, and may have accepted a deal that would allow him to pay for his son's medical care and avoid going to jail. This fits with the show's theme of characters doing drastic things to protect and provide for their families. Kurdo did not appear in The Many Saints of Newark, so no further information about his motivations has been revealed since the show ended. Ray Kurdo's betrayal had a significant impact on the events of The Sopranos, although the full extent of his influence was not fully explored on the show. As a high-ranking member of the DeMeo crime family, he had access to a lot of sensitive information and was present for important conversations. He provided the FBI with tapes that contained evidence linking Tony Soprano to violence and threats, which helped justify the continuation of the investigation into the mob's operations. Ray's evidence may have also helped the FBI identify other potential informants within the organization. Raymond unexpectedly died of a stroke in his FBI handler's car in April 2006 while giving potentially damaging information to Agent Sanseverino about Tony. Ray indicated he had a poor sound quality tape of Tony discussing a murder. Kurdo was handled by both Sanseverino and Agent Grasso. Raymond has the distinction of being the longest tenured rat in the series, and for never being caught or suspected as such. How much damage, if any, he caused the Soprano crime family was never determined during the run of the show. His sudden death prior to the events of Season 6, including Tony's killing of Christopher, may have had very different outcomes if not for the information he provided to the FBI. It is not confirmed whether his intel would have made a significant difference, as he did not live long enough to follow through on his promise to back it up in court. During Ray Kurdo's funeral, another mobster told Tony, "Stand-up guys like that, they're a dying breed." This statement was ironic to the audience, as only they knew that Ray was an informant who managed to go undetected for several seasons. He was careful and methodical in his approach and did not let stress or emotion cause him to make mistakes. Every time he appeared on screen, there was a chance that he was secretly recording the mob's business. While Kurdo escaped punishment with his reputation intact, two characters weren't so lucky. In Season 2, a friend of Tony's named Salvatore Big Pussy Bonpensiero wore a wire. Tony subsequently executed him. In Season 5, a significant plotline involved Adriana, the girlfriend of Tony's protege Christopher Moltisanti. The FBI blackmailed her with her drug addiction and shady business practices. After her discovery, Christopher reported her to Tony. Interestingly, one fan proposed that's not where Adriana's story ends. This theory suggests that Drea De Matteo's characters in Sons of Anarchy and The Sopranos are the same. De Matteo played Wendy, the first wife of protagonist Jax Teller, in Sons of Anarchy. Unfortunately, the character's drug problem causes their son to be born with defects, and Wendy goes to rehab until Season 4. Because Adriana's death on The Sopranos occurred off-screen, fans often speculate whether she survived. Both characters share a drug problem and a New Jersey accent. Additionally, Sons of Anarchy references both The Sopranos and Adriana herself. In one episode, Jax told a suspicious coworker, "You thought I brought you here to Adriana you." As a result, it's likely that The Sopranos is fictional in that world. The creator of the theory tried to reconcile this by saying Jax is only referencing his ex-wife's actual backstory. While the link between the two is unlikely, it's still fun to speculate. As it stands, Kurdo was the only FBI informant Tony never caught. Do you believe Kurdo should have been caught by Tony for ratting out and brought to justice in front of The Sopranos? Or are you happy he escaped? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below.